Ever wonder where your design comes from? Art Deco was so beautiful and it's gone. It was amazing. It's from France. The Belle Epoque. See, a lot of furnishings, like if you look in the 80s, everybody had some art Belle Epoque on their wall. Look at old episodes of Three's Company. As an example of the decor. Now you notice that all the decor in TV shows, whether it's a Valerie Bertinelli show, any of these shows, it looks like a bunch of tomato sauce all barfed out after you drank too much. Everything is all mixed up. It's not blending. It's not based on any established beauty. The culture of beauty is gone. When we were kids and the girls were just as active as boys. We were tomboys, but it didn't mean we were gay. But we had Barbie dolls. We all had a Barbie doll. I didn't have all the accoutrements, but we would never be stupid enough to have hair like a Barbie doll. We would never think that it was practical to have hair like Barbie. Barbie was just Barbie. We could pretend that we were Barbie, but we weren't, because she had those feet that were constantly as though she was on her tippy toes. Like, we knew that it was just a doll. But see, now people have gone so insane that everybody wants to look like a Barbie doll, and they're forgetting that they're not even wearing their own hair, so you don't rate. You can't rate if you're constantly having surgery on yourself. And yet the world just sits there and patronizes and condescends to them, because it's like, oh, that's so beautiful. Meanwhile, people are just condescending. That's don't you know that everyone's just treating you like it's sad that but this is the condescension culture, is what I'm saying. Now the decor in Canada, okay, this was Canada back in the day, in the early 70s or mid 70s, early 80s. This is what the extent of our television was. The beachcombers. This is in BC anyway. Okay, the beachcombers. That's all we had. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying this is what was in Vancouver. That's why suddenly when they started filming everything in Vancouver after Expo 86, because the Canadian dollar was cheap, you can see the difference in the decor. Even for Murder, She Wrote or Columbo, they started in the 90s or the late 80s, early 90s to film everything in Vancouver. And that's why they had close-ups, because they wanted it to pass for an American city when it was Vancouver. And the problem with that is now you got all the close-ups and no scenery of the city, no scenery of anything, which is very hard on your eyes. But another thing is that it's got all British furnishings. Canada is very British. America, their design in the late 70s and early 80s was actually very, very Oriental. If you look at all the beautiful, cool, funky furniture, and the beauty, it was very Oriental. Canada was very British. Oriental mixed with, French Nouveau or Art Deco. The American design was not very British because they had a history with Britain. So what I'm saying is, have you ever thought about what you're looking at? And why? Have you ever thought about design? Have you ever thought about graphics and design? Look up the word design and really think about it. And don't underestimate the power of design. The only reason why beachcombers and we were all right in Canada is because we had television that came out of the States. And we had SCTV. And a few other things. But I don't know what was with this Bruno Gerussi thing. Isn't that the last guy that Bob Crane saw before he died? Bob Crane's last interview was on a cooking show with this guy, Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes. But this is just so, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. So design, they use design, they have taken over design. It's not what you want anymore because they have made the adults afraid of their children. My generation, all they do is spoil their kids. So when I was a kid, our parents were very abusive, but it's a backlash. Because our parents were like, you can be seen but not heard. Like we were put in our place, and now it's like the other way around. I kind of prefer it back the other way, because kids, like I said, very easy to spoil them, and we're living in the generation of spoliation.